Some games are straight-up masterpieces that every player can enjoy and have an immersive experience. These are the games that you purchase and play for hours without getting bored. So, in this video, I have mentioned the 10 amazing games that you won't regret buying. All these games have impressive graphics and action combat with engaging storylines. Also, I have added some bonus games as well. So, without further ado, hit that subscribe button and let's look at the first game on our list. Number 10, Hifi Rush.
Anyone see the guy that did this? That's the defect! What? No, I was just...
We are starting out this list with one of the biggest surprises of 2023. I remember being shocked after playing this game and having a tremendous blast seeing the cutscenes and animations. Hifi Rush is a rhythm-based game that is all about anime-style, fast-paced action gameplay. You will be thrilled to see what the developers did in this game. The animations look awesome, and the dialogues complement the overall style. My favorite feature of this game are its banger soundtracks and music. Every single music is perfectly suited for every cutscene or gameplay. Unlike some other games out there, Hifi Rush will never let you get bored because you will literally get hooked to its soundtracks. Along with this, the game also has some of the coolest boss battles with distinct designs. Tell me in the comments about your favorite boss. Nevertheless, the game is a go to choose for those who prefer anime-style games. But yeah, Hifi Rush will surely provide an immersive experience even if you are new to the genre. The story is entertaining with some twists and turns. The action and soundtracks are the only two things capable of enhancing your experience. Now, let's talk about some other major highlights of this game. The first one is that the characters are well written. The dialogues and voice acting are the finest. The second one is the ability to immerse the players in constant motion, much like the beats in a rock song. Some of the combo attacks in Hifi Rush is at the level of games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. Anyways, unlike other third-person games, Hifi Rush will always keep you hooked to your seats, and the fast-paced action takes the cake.
Sick days for robotic employees will not be approved.
Number 9, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, we are talking about one of the classics here. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game from the series as I prefer more action than puzzles. This is a game that everyone should play regardless of their favorite genres. Also, if you have never played any Resident Evil games, then the fourth installment will be a great choice. The game provides an amazing action combat filled with exploration, which to be honest felt really satisfying than the second remake. Now, for those of you who don't know, the fourth installment was a major step up in the series, as this is where the developers decide to focus more on the action part, which turned out to be a masterpiece. Even if you compare the original with the remake, then there are definitely some big differences, but in the end, it all comes down to perspectives. I have enjoyed both games, but I will still recommend starting out with the remakes. However, within all the amazing things, there is one issue that I find boring in the fourth part. I never liked any of the Ashley missions as they were just too slow and boring. Nevertheless, this is a must-try game, and you will never regret buying it. If we talk about the storyline, then I would say that it's okay at best. Don't get me wrong, for me it became somehow repetitive as mostly the game is about finding or saving Ashley. Now, boss fights are truly satisfying in this part. Remember Jack? I love that whole fight and its setting. The developers sort of provide a lot of build-up before actually letting the players fight Jack, which turned out to be an engaging experience. Anyways, Resident Evil 4 Remake will always be my go-to choose if I ever want to dive back into the series. There is never a moment wasted here. It's easily a value for money game. We may be getting a new Resident Evil Remake next year, so this will be a great time to play the fourth installment. Number 8, Lies of P. One of my favorite Souls-like game, which is not made by From Software. Lies of P is the finest Souls-like game with a touch of difficulty, especially not at the level of Sekiro or Dark Souls. I genuinely believe that this game is the perfect choice for anyone who wants to start their journey in Souls-like games. The best feature or highlight of Lies of P will always be its storyline. I think not a lot of people talk about it or truly appreciates how impactful and touching the storyline is. I felt extremely connected towards the ending, which is something that you don't get from any other Souls-like games. This game is an all-out package of best combat, visually satisfying area designs, difficult enemies or boss fights, and a perfect storyline. The narrative also takes the cake as the writers carefully chosen the pace of the story to provide an immersive experience without rushing any part. Also, the weapon customization is completely different from other similar games. In Lies of P, you can make a new weapon by combining part 1 and 2 of 2 different weapons. Now, if you are someone who wants to know whether the game is beginner-friendly or have low difficulty system, then honestly, I can't say much because I find the game much easier than other Souls-like games, which could be because I have completed every Souls game. However, I definitely do consider this game as the easiest Souls-like game. So, I highly recommend playing Lies of P for a beautiful experience packed with action, graphics, boss fights, and a touching storyline. The game is available on multiple platforms and even on Xbox Game Pass. I remember specifically buying Game Pass for this game as it was available for free. Usually, Souls-like games aren't about story or narratives and mostly about hardcore boss fights, along with exploring dark areas, but Lies of P is totally different. The enemies in this game also have their backstories. You will feel sympathetic towards some bosses. Number 7. God of War. To be honest, I could have included Ragnarok in this list. However, I believe that 2018 God of War is the best in terms of everything, whether it be good graphics, badass combat, and an engaging story. The 2018's version beats Ragnarok by several points. I am not even sure if anyone here needs a description about how awesome this game is. There is no question about regretting the decision of purchasing this game. God of War 2018 is a pure gem and kind of reboot for the series. The game showcases a boss fight within the first 30 minutes, and to this day it's one of the coolest boss fights ever. I guess the developers wanted us to remind who Kratos really is. The overall fight felt exhilarating, and the cutscenes were fantastic. There are so many great things about this game. Also, the replay value is without a doubt higher in 2018's version. It's satisfying to see both Kratos and Atreus progressing through their journey and exploring different realms. Some of my favorite moments include Atreus' reaction whenever he sort of finds out about how big of a deal his father actually is. It's just my opinion, but the 2018 has more amazing story moments than Ragnarok. The pacing and narrative are also pretty solid as every cutscene and moment feels accurate. The not-so-open-world style makes this game a pure gem. God of War is a must-choice for anyone who wants to experience a linear game with ultimate combat and storyline. The best way to describe the importance of 2018 is that fans have gotten a new game in the series after a long time. This majorly affected the sales along with all the new content and insane graphics that the 2018 game provided. Number 6. Last of Us Remake. Nothing can go wrong with the decision of purchasing the game. Honestly, if there's anyone here who have never played this game solely because of the zombies and post-apocalyptic setting, then I tell you that you are missing out on a lot. Last of Us is so much more than your usual zombie apocalypse game. The story and bond of the characters is on peak. I was mesmerized by the pacing and narration of this game. I know that the second part is graphically better, but the first part will always have a special part in my heart. I have never played such an amazing game that takes you into so many distinct areas and provide you with emotionally packed storyline. It's amazing to see how much the bond between Ellie and Joel thickens over time. Now, unlike some other games where you get to play two characters such as in Resident Evil 4, in Last of Us, the missions where players take control of Ellie were amazing and are on the same level as of normal missions. The developer did a great job perfecting every aspect in this game. Easily a 10 out of 10 game, and obviously a value for money game. Also, the gameplay and combat deserve a lot of credit as it's neither too much nor too little. There's a fair amount of combat in the first part, which also provides a sense of realism. Multiple weapons and different ways to kill enemies makes the game engaging. You can switch between complete stealth mode or straight up guns blazing. Games like Days Gone and Last of Us changed my whole perspective about how awesome zombie apocalypse games can be. The remake provides improved graphics and textures, which ultimately enhances the immersive experience for the players. The different areas of the game also play an important role, as the feeling you get by traveling through suburbs, forests, sewers, and mountains is highly satisfactory. The relationship between the two main characters is a cherry on top. Last of Us Remake is available on multiple platforms, including PC. Number 5. Marvel's Spider-Man. Now, I believe that you can put any modern Spider-Man game here, but I wanted to put the one that started it all. Marvel's Spider-Man is a game that can be considered as the reboot on modern-gen consoles. The game had it all, including the OG villains. All 3 recent games have got their own important highlights. Miles Morales is a good choice because it features a new main character. On the other hand, Spider-Man 2 is popular because of Venom. Despite all this, my favorite will always be the 2018 version. There is just something peculiar about the game that makes it the best one from the series. The storyline and the open world are the 2 best things that Insomniac did stunningly. Another factor could be why most of us prefer Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man is that it showcases all the major Spider-Man villains. Low-key, the game kind of reminds me of No Way Home, as it kind of shows the entire Spider-Man world in one game. No matter what anyone says, Marvel's Spider-Man is the ultimate game for anyone who is a fan of the series. I remember playing the old games, but I still consider that this game has the ability to provide the ultimate experience to the players. Even as a newcomer into the franchise, Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man will be your prime choice.
The police will take it from here.
Number 4. Ghost of Tsushima. One of the fan-favorite game about samurais. This is a game that will always be remembered for its open world, graphics, and the storyline. Sucker Punch showed everyone that they also have the power to make exceptionally well-made games. Also, the PC port is looking quite good. I finished the game on PC just recently, and I can confidently say that there are no major bugs or glitches. Usually when we talk about games that you won't regret buying, we generally consider that the game should be value for money and provide many hours of content. Ghost of Tsushima have got you covered in every aspect. The open world is filled with side quests that are quite interesting to complete. There are mythic tales as well in the game, which will provide the players with different abilities and armors. Along with this, there is also a DLC. So, there you have it, guys. As you can see, the game is loaded with awesome content that will take at least over 60 hours for full completion. My honest review about this game is that the graphics and visuals are awesome. Like, literally, the game's area designs are perfect. However, the game lacks in combat. Maybe I just had high expectations, but I expected that the combat will be at the level of Sekiro or even better. But sadly, it's just good enough for an immersive experience. Also, the combat is easy and not too difficult, but it all depends on you as a player. Now, that's pretty much about the pros and cons of the game. Nevertheless, you can never go wrong with this game. Tsushima is worth every penny. Anything that the game lacks, it makes up for it with its story and visuals. My respect for the game increased after the ending. Also, tell me about your favorite armor from the game. Mine is the Ghost armor in white color. Number 3. Red Dead Redemption 2.
This area is off limits, okay?
You don't like visiting?
Now, this one honestly is a silly choice to put into this list. Everyone knows about the greatness of Red Dead 2. Honestly, there are some games that are just meant to be value for money and provides over 100 hours of content such as Witcher 3, Skyrim, GTA 5, and Red Dead 2 is one of them. Rockstar made a gem that will be played for decades. The game showed a proper ending and tribute to the most amazing character. I still remember when I first started this game. At first it seemed boring as it was mostly making your way through the mountains. However, after Chapter 2 and towards the ending, I was mesmerized by the beauty of this game and was keep on completing the missions one by one just to see how the story unfolds.
You moron. I'm gonna put you in your grave. Don't get so head up. What are you doing? It's over! Jesus Christ!
If you are a gamer and consider ever playing Red Dead 2 as a bad decision, then I don't know what to say. This is an all-out experience filled with secrets to unfold, interactive experiences, hidden items, character relationships, and the bond between the gang. We all know Rockstar mostly for GTA games, but only these types of games are the ones that makes the studio stand out among the others. Games like Red Dead 2 will stay with you for years. The memories, the soundtracks, music, and the moments are something that will always be cherished. To this day, players are finding new things or scenarios which is mind-blowing as it's almost been 7 years since the game came out. In the end, I just want to say that if you have never played this game, then this is your sign to get your copy and start playing. Number 2. Sekiro. My ultimate favorite game of From Software. The blast that I had while playing this game is something that I never felt in any other game, including Elden Ring. Now, I admit that you can go wrong with this one as it's a highly genre-specific game. The only reason that you will quit this game is because of its difficulty level. I mean, like, this is not your usual Grand Theft Auto stuff. Sekiro is a game where every skill of yours is put to test. The gameplay is the best feature here. Swords clashing and parrying are immensely satisfying. I am a huge sucker for shinobi or ninja games, so this is a delight for me. Now, if you can just get through the difficulty and complete the game, you will surely thank me for recommending it. I know that some of you will comment that it's a boring game or whatever, but it all comes down to your From Software gaming skills. Everyone who played Sekiro will agree with me about how much of a masterpiece this is. The devotion of the main character towards his master is just something to see yourself. There are also multiple endings which enhances the experiences. Now, the major highlights of this game are the combat and the different area designs. I still admire the developers making a game that takes players through several different areas, each contains different enemies and items. My favorite cutscene is when the character reaches the entrance of Fountainhead Palace. That's where my respect increased for the game as the visuals were breathtaking. I recommend starting out with Lies of P and then making your way towards Sekiro. This way you will understand the core mechanics of the From Software games. Before I reveal my number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Final Fantasy
Hey there,
15.
y'all kept a girl waiting. Now, which one's the prince? Aha! Hello, Your Highness. Congrats on your wedding.
Not hitched just yet.
Lady Lunafrey's groom-to-be.
Sleeping Dogs. Days Gone. Hogwarts Legacy.
You're going to regret
Far Cry 3. Alan Wake 2. Number 1. Uncharted 4. Nathan Drake's Final Journey. Uncharted is a series that I always wanted to play, but never got the chance. However, thanks to the PC port, I finally got to play this masterpiece in 2022. The game is a full-blown experience of Uncharted world. You only need to play this game to be able to fully understand what the series is about. There is in fact a movie about it starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. So, now you can understand the popularity of Uncharted series. The fourth part gives a true sense of adventure and perfectly depicts what it means to find hidden treasures and showcases the journey in a visually impressive manner. Multiple areas such as islands, jungles, towns, mansions, all these made the gamers feel like adventurers and gave them a feeling that they're looking for hidden treasures while going from one clue to another. Now, as much as I love to see another Uncharted game, I just know that it won't be the same without Nathan Drake. In my opinion, unlike other games or companies, Uncharted 4 was the best ending or tribute to Nathan Drake's journey. I'm glad that the developers ended the series with the fourth installment. If we talk about the characters, then I can confidently say that there are definitely some well-written characters in the game. Also, there is a slight chance that you may get bored or feel pacing issues in the starting, but trust me, the more you play it, the more the games keep getting better. Honestly, there are some games that are considered as must-play regardless of favorite genre, such as Witcher 3, Skyrim, Last of Us, and more. So, among all these impressive gems, Uncharted 4 is one of them. It's a linear game capable of providing an all-out massive experience. Alright, this finishes our list of 10 games that you won't regret buying. I have carefully chosen the ones that have engaging storylines, beautiful visuals, and stunning textures, and an interactive open world filled with details. Every single game on this list is available on multiple platforms including PC. Also, if you have made it this far, then please subscribe as I am close to reaching 7,000 subscribers. So, click that subscribe button and I will see you in the next video.